This is his first start. Florentino, the Portuguese midfielder on loan from Benfica. Jakob Brun Larsen, the Dane. And up front, veteran striker Ashley Barnes alongside the South African striker Lyle Foster. Referee Gavin Ward, who did the Bramall Lane Sheffield United game in the last round. Valentine's Day, folks. A lot of people here following their loved ones. My date for the afternoon, former Stag striker alongside. Very good afternoon again, Lee Wilson.
Good afternoon, and it's a really, really good atmosphere from the Mansfield Town fans to our right, singing nice and loud, all you can hear at the moment, and a fantastic day to play football. It's nice and mild and ready to go.
Stags in their home colours, the amber and blue. Burnley in their traditional claret shirts, white shorts and light blue socks. Stags are defending the cricket field end where their supporters are congregated, and we're underway. Back to the Burnley goalkeeper, 21-year-old Max Weiss, summer signing from German football. Long ball downfield, and the first free kick of the contest comes after just 8 seconds to Mansfield Town, and they can play out from the back with Oshilaja to Fraser Blake-Tracy. No Ryan Sweeney, injured last Saturday, out for several weeks with a calf. No Bailey Cargill, injured on Tuesday with a hamstring. There's Fraser Blake-Tracy, dinks a ball down the left towards Rhys Oates, and it was always going to drift out, and it'll be a Burnley throw. Oates and Evans, Lee, they're interchangeable, aren't they? And sometimes, of course, we see Oates drift out to the right as well.
Yeah, I think Rhys Oates if Mansfield are going to do well today, he's got to be on it. He's got to be on the ball. He's going to have a lot more space than what he normally gets on a League One game. So I just think both him and Evans are massive for Mansfield today. Here we go.
Given away into the penalty area, and there's a clumsy challenge on Rhys Oates. The ball was already over the dead ball line for a Burnley goal kick, but there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and Evans and Oates snapping at the heels of the Burnley defenders very nearly created something.
Yeah, and you look at it, Oates, like you say, Oates has come onto this left-hand side, so it looks like Evans has come onto the left-hand side, and Oates is playing a bit more central to start, so they want him to hit that space in behind the fullback, so Mansfield can turn him around early. Let's hope he can get some joy from that. It's
almost looking like a 4-4-2 for Mansfield Town at the moment as Burnley play a long ball forward. Kyle Noyle, good to see him back in the side. He was beaten to the punch there, but tidying up was Blake-Tracy, a right-footed swinger into the Bob Lord stand on the far side for a Burnley throw.
Yeah, Kyle's got to be, it's his first game back. He's got to be on his front foot today because, he looked sharp there coming in, nicking the ball in front of him.
Stags with Victor Adeboijo on the bench, got his first start against Peterborough. Ollie Iroh's there. No George Abbott in the 20 today, as it's won by Lyle Foster, the South African international, in the centre circle, surging forward, rolls the ball out to the far side and then across the face, and an easy opportunity in front of goal that slid wide. Really should have been the opener for Ashley Barnes. He's not played for 5 weeks since the last round when he got a couple of goals, and from 6 yards out he slid a glorious chance wide of the mark.
Yeah, it should be 1-0. Again, I talked about the game at the start, David. We can't give him a goal when we really put one on the plate there. And that's how quick these Premier teams can break, but now we're breaking.
With McLaughlin, rolls the ball forward inside the Burnley half to Will Evans, and back heel to Stephen McLaughlin. There's a lot of stats in football. I don't think I've ever seen one that charts the accuracy of back heels, but they don't. Seems Saturday after Saturday I'm generally saying another back heel that's not found its man.
Yeah.
Here's Ashley Barnes. Burnley give it away in the middle of the park. Little layoff from Lewis Reed, who scored 2 in the last round. Oates trying to get on the end of it. Ball in the Burnley half. Their central defenders play it out to the left, back to Maxime Esteve. Now James Ward-Prowse, a touch for him. Number 16 is the Portuguese guy. Florentino, midfielder on loan from Benfica.
I'll tell you what, they're being very brave, Mansfield. They're going man for man. So they can't, somebody beats a press or beats a man, they're going to be open space up. So they're being very brave, going man for man, which is good, it's positive.
Hartman, the Dutch defender, on the far side. Ball back to Ekdal, Swedish defender. A lot of nationalities involved here, as there are with most Premier League sides. Ball on the near side now for Josh Laurent, one of the 2 players that played at Crystal Palace or started and get a start again today. There's Esteve, the other one. The captain with the ball to Lyle Foster. wearing the orange boots, the South African international, Florentino. Ball to the near side to Chona. Frenchman, born in Chad, dinks the ball to the far post and has done a little more than dink it. He's lifted it over everybody and it'll drift out for a goal kick to Mansfield Town and to Liam Roberts. We've had 4.5 minutes. Burnley 0, Mansfield Town 0.
Yeah, Mansfield, they're going to have this a lot. Burnley's going to be passing the ball side to side, in and out, and getting the ball out wide there. That's going to happen. They're going to have to defend crosses. And they did well there to start. But let's try and keep that ball. But it's an okay start apart from the. We should have been 1-0 down, but Burnley, you can see the quality they've got.
There's Roberts clearing his lines. Up goes Oates. Little flick on, nicely done. Will need to be controlled here by Will Evans. He does. He takes it away from the first player, Florentino, but with Joshua on in close company, it's gone out. Bertie the Bee, the Burnley mascot, retrieves the ball, and I was going to say, he was going to throw it back to the keeper, but the multi-ball system in play, it's already been taken. Max Weiss, the Burnley keeper, hits it downfield. Here's Oshilaja, had a great chance in stoppage time on Tuesday night to get his first goal of the season against Peterborough to snatch a draw. Kick out by Roberts, cushioned header by McLaughlin, back to Blake Tracy, ball forward trying to find Will Evans, but there was a Burnley cul-de-sac there that intercepted it, and the side in their home colours of claret. Back to Estev, ball downfield. Stags had arms up for handball, but play goes on with Oshilaja finding Lucas Akins, who got that terrific goal after half-time at Bramall Lane in the last round. Also tucked away a penalty, didn't he, in the rain at Accrington League? Yeah,
he's done very well. Lucas, since his comeback, he's done really well for me, and he's got his people that always give him a bit of stick, but I think he's been a great signing for Mansfield. He's ever reliable, playing in many positions, and he's doing really well at the minute.
Rhys Oates takes his man on and tries to get up to the edge of the area. A little heavy touch, and it's gone behind. It'll be a goal kick to Burnley. It's positive, though, to see Rhys Oates being positive or looking to be positive. He's trying to take them on.
It is there. I'd like him there just to go at him, have a run. They know straight away he's a threat because they're doubling up on him straight away there. And but he's being positive. I think he might have a little bit of joy today.
Weiss, another kick down the field straight to Oshilaja. I'm sure Scott Parker and the rest of the Burnley coaching staff will just have a little word with the keeper. That's 2 or 3 times he's just played it aimlessly downfield, gifting possession to the visitors from Nottinghamshire. Here's Oshilaja. Kyle Noyle rolls the ball to Lewis Reed, who's skippering the side today in Sweeney's absence. Now Blake Tracy back to Reed, and then Blake Tracy, and Lewis Reed, as he gives it back to Blake Tracy, who's just urging him to get forward, but Blake Tracy gives it back to Blake Tracy, gives it back to Reed. 4 little give and goes between the two of them, but they've not really gone. It's more giving than going.
And I think they could have at times put the ball in behind the fullback there. Loads of space for Oates to get into, and he was making that run, he just wasn't putting it in.
Now Roberts hits it downfield. John Russell trying to get what might be his first touch of the ball, but Estev, young French defender, turns it back to his goalkeeper, who under pressure from Russell gives it back to Maxime Estev, signed from Montpellier a couple of years ago. Hartmann, the Dutch defender, getting back to the German goalkeeper, who's in all green, away to our left. Turf Moor no more than half full, you'd imagine, or maybe a little bit more. I think it holds about 22,000, so we might get 13 or 14,000 in. Stephen McLaughlin, lay off to Oshilaja, back to the number 3, decent looking ball to Rhys Oates. Can he keep it in on this near side? The Mansfield Town left, way down in front of us, dicks the ball into the penalty area, and that's catching practice for the goalkeeper, and it remains 0-0 on match day from BBC Radio Nottingham. Still Bromley 0, Notts County 0 in our other game.
There he's got him one-on-one. That's why I want Rhys Oates to just have a go at him. Just take him on, have a go with your pace and see what he's got. Let's test this fullback out. And if you're going to put a cross in, it's got to be better. But encouraging signs.
Touch for Evans. Gets it to 25 yards, 30 yards from goal. A little layoff to Aaron Lewis, but he was beaten in the challenge. Full time in that FA Cup tie at the Pirelli. Burton 0, West Ham 1. So only, as we stand, 29 sides remain in this season's FA Cup competition. These two sides bidding to be in the draw, Monday's draw for the last 16 as Lewis Reed slides in there. It's a good job that James Prowse got to the ball quickly and got his legs out of the way. There's Florentino. Ball forward, trying to create something, but Oshilaja turns it back to Liam Roberts, who, of course, had an awful experience in the 4th round last year when in goal for Millwall. He was sent off against Crystal Palace, went on to win the cup. It's pretty much the end of his Millwall experience, Liam Roberts. What a keeper he's been for Stags. Picked up the club's Player of the Month award again for January. Burnley in possession with Florentino wearing the gloves on a mild day in North Lancashire. Old Milltown, can see a huge chimney just over the top of the Bob Lord stand. They turn it again back to their goalkeeper under pressure from John Russell. Plays it out and one back in the middle of the park with Aaron Lewis. The other Lewis on the bench today for Stags, Harry Lewis, and that's gone out off McLaughlin. Just one or two first touches aren't as they would have wished or as they would have dreamt last night so far from some of the Stags players. Yeah,
after what I will say about Mansfield, they've not come here to sit back. They've come here to go man for man and give it a go. There's space for both teams to play, so fair play to us. We're coming here to try and get a result. Either way, it's really good.
Stags playing just 7 miles away from where they beat Accrington at the Wham Stadium in that part of the world. There's Brun Larsen. Outside him is Kilinchi Hartman, the Dutchman. Back in field to James Ward-Prowse, former England international. There's many years with Southampton. Brun Larsen back again to Ward-Prowse. Tried to get the cross in, charged down well by Aaron Lewis, putting Ward-Prowse under more pressure than he would have wanted. Thought he was just going to have all the time in the world, but this is rolled forward nicely to Chona, trying to weight a ball forward for a combination of either Barnes or Brun Larsen, and it's hacked away to safety by Oshilaja.
Yeah, they're coming dropping in between the eyes here. It's great from Lewis Reed there because Ward-Prowse got so much ability to putting them balls in. He's got to stop crosses as much as he can.
He's got it again, middle of the Mansfield town half, away to our right, still 0-0. Florentino, the Portuguese, to James Ward-Prowse, who's an expert free kick taker. Stags will need to be aware of that, giving anything away. There's Lyle Foster back to Ward-Prowse, pulling the strings in the centre of the pitch for Burnley on his first start. Ball to the near side for Josh Laurent to chase, and he'll get there by the corner flag, and he's got inside and then cuts it into the penalty area. Went round Evans rather too easily. The ball comes into the box and headed up and over his own crossbar by Kyle Noyle for the first corner of the match, and it's gone to Burnley over on that far side, their left.
First corner, the first time we've actually them getting behind us, but defended it well in the end. It's first set piece, and it's all about quality from Ward-Prowse that he can deliver. So we've got to defend this box really, really well.
It is Ward-Prowse to take it. Congested penalty area, as you can imagine. Stag's got everybody back there. Gavin Ward, our referee from Surrey, just blows his whistle and is asking to speak to one or two people.
I think it's Ashley Ward, isn't he? He's very canny. Old man him there, he's looking to get in the ref, said he. Yeah. Can I get a penalty? Look, he's holding me, he's pulling me.
Yeah, Barnes and Fraser Blake Tracy getting to know each other very well at the back post. There's Ward-Prowse's corner in under the crossbar. And catching practice for Liam Roberts. He wanted to get rid of it quickly, but of course, as I mentioned before the corner was taken, Stags have got everybody back in there, so nobody really for Liam Roberts to bowl it out to. Now they reform, and he finds Lewis Reed, gives it to Stephen McLaughlin, former Republic of Ireland international, turns it back to Fraser Blake Tracy, and now Deji Oshilaja in space in the centre of the Stags half of the field. To his right, Kyle Noyle. So good for Stags to have him back, especially with Sweeney and Cargill picking up injuries in the last few days. Back to Roberts, and he hits it forward, trying to find Rhys Oates. Beaten to it by the defender. Ward-Prowse again seeing a lot of the ball. Back to Estev, and then Ekdal, the other central defender, back to his keeper. Where's that noise coming from, Lee? Is that the Mansfield boys as they pick it up here through Kyle Noyle in a midfield position, central position? Don't know what he was doing there, but he made a timely interception, and then Reid to Lewis.
You need quality here.
Comes the ball. Very nearly found its way through to either Oates or Akins. Aaron Lewis has won that for Mansfield Town. Evades a lane challenge, gets it out to the left again to McLaughlin. Back to Aaron Lewis, and now Stephen McLaughlin will lift it in from deep over both John Russell and Akins, who seem to get in each other's way, and Burnley can clear their lines.
They did, but that was a great first ball from McLaughlin. It just didn't fall for us. It was a good ball in the box, and luckily it fell to one of their guys. That could easily have fell to a Mansfield Town play, but that's really good from Mansfield. You know, they beat nice and tight, won the ball high, got the ball out wide and put a bit of quality in.
In the 15th minute, this ball is fizzed from one side of the pitch to the other, but from Reid straight to Stephen McLaughlin. Just on the halfway line is Fraser Blake-Tracy. Reid is singing his praises for his previous delivery, and then he gives it away, but Stags win it back again. Fraser Blake-Tracy sharpest to the ball, finds John Russell. Not sure how many touches John's had so far, but he's in possession now. 3 claret jerseys around him, releases himself.
Go on, have a go.
To free McLaughlin, who finds Rhys Oates. You heard from Lee Wilson there what he wanted. And then the ball is rolled in, and Burnley hack it away for a throw-in.
Yeah, every time, just keep having a go. This is a nice little 2-minute, 3-minute spell from Mansfield. On top, we're keeping the ball, getting it out wide, and causing Burnley problems.
Stephen McLaughlin to take the throw near side to Aaron Lewis, and McLaughlin plays it off Florentino. It'll be a throw-in. A curious experience getting into the car park today, where they asked me to get out and open the boot. Throw has gone down the line and out. It'll be a throw-in to Burnley. It's just my radio kit. Yeah, you're welcome to have a look. Now I'm just checking that there's no stowaways in there. We often have people getting into
it's funny you should say. I got stopped by 2 police ladies on horses. I got in though.
But mine was just a park in the club car park. If there was anybody in the booth, they still couldn't get into the ground, and you can essentially walk into that car park anyway. Here's Will Evans as a witter on. He goes to ground, and the referee's given a free kick for a foul on Josh Laurent, former Stoke City defender. Yeah,
it's really good from Will there. Really tight, got the ball and drawn the foul in a really good area. Again, these are the areas that we've really got to see if we can get something, make it count, get that second ball, that second phase.
Yeah, I talked about James Ward-Prowse and his quality from set plays, as either Aaron Lewis or Stephen McLaughlin got it here. So Mansfield Town free kick about 15 yards outside the penalty area, left side. So McLaughlin was probably going to take it left-footed to the back post. Here it comes, it's deep, it's headed out of the area. Barnes back there defending. Reid urged to shoot, gives it to Kyle Noyle. Decent cross to the far post, headed down. Oates with a touch. Aaron Lewis, a scuffed kick, rebounds to Lewis Reid. Reid recycles it out to Kyle Noyle, who again crosses it into the box. Turned away by Burnley. They will try and spring a counter with Brun Larsen, who's brought down by Lewis Reid, who's going to apologise to everybody and hope he doesn't get a yellow card for a clumsy challenge. Yeah,
it's a good foul actually. It's a good foul there. He'll be looking not to get a yellow, which I don't think he's going to because it's early, but it was a good foul because he could have quite easily broke away there because we had quite a lot of men forward. So
the referee just attending to Jakob Brun Larsen, the Dane, and then he's got to his feet. The ref just having a word with Lewis Reid. Sometimes I think when you're captain, it doesn't always follow, but sometimes when you're captain, if you had a nice little word there at the toss of the coin and how are you, sir, and all that, you can, as you say, you can maybe get away with 1 or 2 early on.
Picked him up straight away. Pat, sorry.
Yeah. And of course he was sent off at Stevenage. He's already had a fine from Nigel Clough for getting in trouble with referees in early January, so I'll be pleased not to have got a yellow card here. Here's Galinci Hartman, yellows. Hopefully you can hear booming out from the cricket field stand end away to our right. Long ball downfield, and Barnes couldn't jump for that because he had Fraser Blake-Tracy on his back.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul.
Yeah, he certainly wasn't going to let Barnes get off the ground, was he? There's Blake-Tracy again. Play allowed to go on.
Here's the spell.
Back to
I'd just like to see him there, just turn him around. Oates has made a great run again, he's just not gave it in.
19 minutes gone on match day from BBC Radio Nottingham at Turf Moor, 4th round of the FA Cup. Stags haven't been into the 4th round since 2008. They've not been in the 5th round since Dave Smith's side that lost to Carlisle at home, who were a top flight side then. Carlisle had one season in the top flight back in Division 1 in 1974-5. An early Bobby Owen goal decided that game. Burnley have it with their goalkeeper, which is where Stags will want it, really, as far as possible from their goal. Out to Florentino. A lot of fluid movement, as you'd expect from Burnley. There's a nice little touch on this near side from Tuna.
Good bad one.
To get round McLaughlin. The kick out only found Aaron Lewis, and Burnley get it back now on the halfway line. Here's the South African Lyle Foster, played in the AFCON in January. Ball into the penalty area, trying to find him. A couple of Burnley players took each other out. They've still got it just outside the box with Florentino, and now Stags can get it with Will Evans, who maybe was brought down. Referees wave play on because Aaron Lewis to Akins, now John Russell, but Burnley with just enough defenders back there just to stop him getting anywhere. And now the tempo of the game picking up. Burnley come on the counter with Laurent. Rolled ball forward up to the edge of the box into the penalty area. Worked nicely, and an opportunity here, and it's a walk-in, and Burnley have the front through Josh Laurent. It was very nicely worked indeed from the home side, and he threw a lovely dummy to send a couple of players the wrong way, and in the 21st minute Burnley have the first goal. They lead 1-0. Yeah,
it's a terrific finish. It's full of quality, the finish, but again, Mansfield have only looked in danger when they make their mistakes, and that's where, as you go higher, good teams hurt you, good quality. It was a great touching finish, sent Oates and Roberts. Well, he just tapped into an open goal, but when you're looking here how tight it got, there's unlucky as well, very unlucky. It's just fell to them.
Second goal of the season for Josh Laurent, up from the right side of defence. It's a lovely first touch, wasn't it, here? Just seeing it on a monitor. Rhys Oates actually back there trying to help out, completely wrong-footed him, and indeed the goalkeeper Roberts was already committed, and it was a cool finish. So Stags have got to come from behind. They've done it already in Lancashire in this cup run.
It's a shame because they've actually been doing really, really well, but it just shows you how quickly they can, the quality they've got, and how they moved it interchange around the box, 1-2s. That little bit of quality at the end with the finish.
Is John Russell from Mansfield Town in the Burnley half, and a poor ball there gives possession back to the home side. They'll be lifted by that goal. Certainly the Burnley supporters will be rejuvenated by seeing their side go in front, and a nice ball forward to Lyle Foster. Lots of intricate movement from the Premier League side.
But you can see, as soon as Mansfield lose the ball, they're looking to play forward and break forward straight away.
Ekdal, the defender, finds Chauner on the near side. Summer signing from Lazio in Italy. Then Laurent, who scored the goal, he's going to win a corner. He is indeed. Fraser Blake-Tracy, 2 attempts to prevent it from going over the line, but the assistant's flag was up, and it'll be a corner to Burnley, right side. We're in the 23rd minute. James Ward-Prowse to take this Burnley corner, right side.
So important Mansfield do not concede again now. Just recut a group together. You've got to stay solid now.
Again, everybody back there. Ward-Prowse wearing 20 with the corner, headed up in the air by Aaron Lewis. Ball partially cleared. Hartman midway inside the Stags half, deepest outfield player, long ball forward, and Oshilaja jumped. Do you think he pulled out at the last second, or he missed that header?
No, I think he had a shout. He had a shout and trusted his keeper.
Crossfield ball from Reed behind Will Evans, goes out for a Burnley throw. Got to retain possession a little better than that, Mansfield Town.
Yeah, it's the right ball, but just poor delivery, poor execution.
Crossfield ball from the centre circle, trying to pick out Evans on the left-hand side. He's gone left, and Rhys Oates, the time being in the middle. In fact, as I speak, Oates was just jogging back to the left, but the ball on the far side of the field, in front of the technical areas, opposite side to us. here at Turf Moor. See Scott Parker standing in his technical area. Long ball forward from Burnley, but they'll run all the way through to Roberts. Nigel Clough sat in his dugout.
I mean, you can see how Burnley's trying to do what they're doing, because they're going for man. The forwards are stepping in, and our centrals going with them. Then the wide Burnley lads are trying to get into that space that's been left, and they're just, a little bit too hard that ball there. But just got to be aware of it, Mansfield.
Ekdal, nice movement further forward from Foster, trying to play in Chona on the near side. Can't. Cut out by Stephen McLaughlin. He tried to release Oshie Largerud. Found a little bit of space on the left, but it's gone out. It'll be a Burnley throw. Oshie Larger needs to get back into that box in case the cross comes in. Ward-Prowse gives it to Florentino. Now Esteve driving forward, has it on his left. Could have fired in the shot. Gives it to Brun Larsen. Tries to get the crossing. Charged down by Lucas Akins. Ball goes out for Burnley throw-in. Here on Match Day from BBC Radio Nottingham. 25 minutes gone, and it's the Premier League side who have their noses in front in this FA Cup tie by 1-0. Throw-in taken by Hartman. Back to Ward-Prowse. Now Foster with a shot, and well saved down to his right by Liam Roberts. He springs back to his feet, rolls it out to Stephen McLaughlin. He didn't want that contact. He was claiming a throw-in. Doesn't get it. Throw into Burnley, taken by the goal scorer Laurent. Back to Ward-Prowse, and now Florentino, and Laurent with a touch. Burnley knocking the ball around comfortably. Everybody bar Reece Oates behind the ball as the Premier League side come again. With Brun Larsen cuts in field, leaving Lucas Akins behind him. The ball rolled across the 18-yard box. Needs to be won by Aaron Lewis. Does. Will Evans has gone down. Not sure if there was contact there, if it was off the ball. It's kicked out by Blake Tracy. He's just got back to his feet, hobbling a little bit, and now down on his haunches. Let's see what happened to Will Evans, but he pulled up there quite sharply. Yeah.
Hopefully, this can just settle us down a little bit. We need to have a little bit more composure. Maka there's got the ball on the left, and it's all, sorting your feet out, and in the end giving the ball straight back. Just stay in the game. 1-0 down. A little bit of composure on the ball. Let's not. You go and concede another goal. The floodgates could open, and we certainly don't want that. Just stay in the game.
Evans okay. Burnley have kindly given possession back to Staggs from the throw it back in, and then it was kicked out for a Staggs throw. Sides have only met once this century. That was in the FA Cup at Field Mill back in 2004. A feisty affair between Keith Curle's Staggs and Stan Ternant's Burnley. There were 3 players sent off, Jamie Clark and Luke Dimech for Mansfield Town. Richard Chaplow for Burnley. Burnley got second goal when Staggs were down to 9 players. Long overdue return and chance for revenge, but it's Burnley with their noses in front, in possession as we hit the 28-minute mark, with Lyle Foster in possession. Now Florentino, the Benfica loanee, back to the number 9, who keeps dropping back into midfield to get a couple of touches, leaving Ashley Barnes on his own up top. Ball to the near side. Burnley have squandered a really good chance as well through Barnes after just 2.5 minutes. They have it with Ward-Prowse. Now Florentino runs away from Lewis Reed, 35 yards from goal. Brun Larsen. Ward-Prowse nods it forward, and there's a foot up. Kyle Noyle just taking one on the nose end, I think, and it'll be a free kick to Staggs.
Yeah, it's a good header, Got a good challenge in there, and just calm it down now. Difficult times since we consider that goal. They've really, they've got the tails up of Burnley, keeping the ball well, moving it well, and we seem to be a bit, agitated, and just got to try and relax, keep composed.
Kyle Noyle happily okay to continue without treatment. Free kick to Mansfield Town. Liam Roberts hits it left-footed and long, flicked up into the air by the head of John Russell. But again, can't help it on to a teammate, and Burnley will come forward again with a lovely looking ball to Brun Larson, who's in. Brun Larson digs it round.
Brilliant.
The goalkeeper, and a covering challenge, or a covering clearance by Kyle Noyle off his own goal line and away for a corner. Really good stuff there, getting back to deny Brun Larson.
Just shows you, when I say they go man for man, he actually did a great turn and got away, which then allowed us to release because the space, because we're man for man. Great first touch, and what great defending from Noyle. Great recovery to get it out for a corner. That's brilliant defending. But that's how quick, these teams will break against us. The quality.
Lovely work from Brun Larson. Roberts was quickly off his line. Brun Larson dinked it past him. It was going in. In comes the corner kick. Roberts will catch this, but the whistle had gone for a foul, a nudge, a push on Blake Tracy. Stags have taken the free kick quickly. Rhys Oates on the halfway line, and again he's run into traffic there. There were 3 Burnley players. Burnley get it back with Brun Larson. Florentino. Near side is Laurent, the goal scorer. Florentino will lift it forward. That's going to be behind Fraser Blake Tracy, but anticipated the bounce of the ball well. Nodded it down to McLaughlin. Plays it forward to Will Evans, and Evans surely fouled from behind by Laurent, and it could be a Mansfield Town free kick inside their own half.
Yeah, that's what we need. Just get hold of the ball, get a free kick like that. Let's kill it a little bit. And there, Macca earlier, he's run into trouble. Go out the outline. You can run. You're like Roadrunner. Get at him.
Here's Lucas Akins in possession for Stags on the right-hand side of a midfield 4. Ball down the line for John Russell. Can he get involved? Well defended by his Stev. It's gone out for a Stags throw.
No,
in fact, no, the referee's given a... thought he was going to give a free kick and that he was pointing for Burnley, but there must have just been a little touch, a faint nick off the boot of John Russell there, who's doing everything he can to get involved really in this game and make a significant contribution. The head of Stephen McLaughlin finds Fraser Blake Tracy. Rolls a ball back to McLaughlin, driving forward now on the left for Stags. Ball in hard and low, cleared out and only as far as McLaughlin, who has to check back to get a second bite at it, and feeds it to Blake Tracy, and he's in reverse to Oshilaja, and Oshilaja will go all the way back to Liam Roberts. This time a right-footed clearance. Underneath the hanging ball is Oates and Lewis, and it'll drop for Reed. He finds John Russell. Ball to Will Evans, and Aaron Lewis tried to play a ball in there between the 2 central defenders to find Oates. It was cut out, but Burnley only clear it as far as Lucas Akins. Akins twisting and turning, trying to find a bit of space, and he's trying to get involved in the game. I have to say Burnley's appetite for this game has been good. Their players are snapping at the heel of all the Stags players. Here's Reed, picks out Lucas Akins, far side, Mansfield right. Now Russell just outside the penalty area. Claret wall in front of him again, gives it back to Lucas Akins. Bodies in the box, Evans and Oates are there. Back to Kyle Noyle. All the cross come in. No, plays it squared to Oshilaja. Back to Kyle Noyle, poor ball. Managed to help it on to Akins, who's under pressure. Nice step over from Lucas Akins. And then in comes the challenge. Referee waves play on, and Stags still have it with Oshilaja driving forward. If he loses possession here, in fact the referee's given a free kick. I was going to say if he loses possession here, he's a long way upfield, and we've already seen that Burnley like to spring a counter. 33rd minute gone at Turf Moor, and it's still Burnley 1.
We had a couple of chances there, Dave, to put the ball in. We've come back out and people have filled the box. We had 3 or 4 in the box. Get the ball in the box.
Voice of former Stag striker Lee Wilson, who played here, telling me years ago, Stags losing possession on the halfway line. Burnley will come again, but Aaron Lewis gets it back, and now Will Evans. And Evans, a little ball in, trying to find Rhys Oates, who's tucked it in, but it won't count. The whistle had gone. Just pull back on his man. The defender Ekdal goes and puts an arm around him, but a nice enough finish from Rhys Oates. Hopefully the next time he puts the ball in the Burnley net it'll count.
But that's what we want to see Rhys Oates doing. Just feed him, put the ball into space and let him run, and it's going to cause any defender problems because he's got pace, and he's unbelievable pace. It was a foul, but if we do that, it's going to create problems for these defenders. There we go.
Burnley give it away again to Will Evans.
Attack the box.
Evans, left edge. He's dinked it to the far post and overhit it. Russell was the closest to it, but the ball just drifted on out of play, and it'll be a goal kick to Burnley.
Oh, so wasteful from Will Evans there. He's won the ball really well high, driving to the box and then put some quality. He's just put it, it's really poor execution in such a great position again, and that's where you see the difference.
Burnley restart with their keeper, ball downfield, McLaughlin underneath it, heads it forward. Lewis Reed tried to play it back on the full to Kyle Noyle. Noyle did well actually to get it forward to John Russell. Russell holding off a couple of players. The former Bolton man finds Akins, and then a nice ball forward. Nearly found Rhys Oates. Just couldn't quite take it in his stride. It came to him as he was bursting through the middle there, sort of thigh height. Couldn't control it. Very, very difficult ball to control, but had he controlled it, one touch and he was in the area.
It was brilliant, Mansfield, they got there, they beat the press, and a great run from Oates, again into space, just didn't fall for him. But that's what they've got to do, those kind of things. Really good.
Stags can stay in this game. The noise in the second half is going to be absolute bedlam when they're attacking their supporters, because crossfield ball from Burnley, very risky. It was nearly cut out by Akins, but only nearly. It's gone through to Killinchi Hartman, back to Florentino, and back to his keeper. Stags do have a win here at Turf Moor, only one, and it came in the little remembered and not very often talked about Anglo-Scottish Cup competition. Back in 1978-79, they met in the semi-final. Burnley had won 2-1 at Field Mill. Steve Kindon, Leighton James, they were famous Burnley names. They scored, but Stags won the return here. A goal through Dave Sirrett before losing on penalties. And Burnley won the Anglo-Scottish Cup, beating Oldham Athletic in the final that year.
You are full of knowledge, Dave. I'm very impressed.
That was even before your time, wasn't it? The Anglo-Scottish Cup.
Crikey.
There's Oshilaja.
Oh, no.
Given away by Stags in the Burnley half. Ashley Barnes, poor ball from him, but they're able to get it forward again. And here they come with Laurent, ball to Chowner. Oh, that's a finish of a player that's not used to being in front of goal, 12 yards out. Stabbed at it left-footed and found just about KL or M behind the goal.
That is a sitter. It should be 2 now, but again, we give the ball away, and this is how quick they break. Great ball from Barnes. In behind us, great, reverse pass inside. Just Roberts to beat from the penalty spot, and luckily he's blasted it into the stand.
Could be 3 up Burnley.
They could be, but it's all Mansfield's mistakes that's giving it him.
Yep.
It's the quality. It's a lack of quality on the ball.
Oshilaja turns it from just inside his own half, back to Roberts, ball forward, flicked on by Aaron Lewis, and a little touch there for Rhys Oates, and now Will Evans, and Evans is fouled. Referee spotted that free kick. It was just really a coming together, but he certainly caught the heels. The Burnley defender Ekdal has been cautioned.
Yeah, it's a definite foul, but being cautioned now, this is where you've got to Rhys Oates and people like that, and Will Evans, you one-on-one, just try and commit him.
He'd been drawn out onto the Burnley right-hand side, the Stags left, committed that foul. Ball ran kindly for Evans. Free kick, Stephen McLaughlin will take it.
Great ball.
It up to the far post. It'll drop for Evans, but the whistle had gone. He was looking at the play and then the whistle. I don't know if the flag went up or not, but the referee blew his whistle. Very, very inviting free kick, wasn't it, for somebody to get on the end of?
Yeah, it's a good quality ball in, and again, it could have fell anywhere, just fell to them again. Obviously it was a free kick, but one of them just needs to fall to us. Nearly fell to Will Evans, but the referee blew. But that's good, It's good from Mansfield after that, conceding the goal.
Burnley restart, ball into the Stags box. That's a foul by a combination, I think, of Reed and Oshilaja. Oshilaja says it's not me, and it maybe wasn't. The captain, I think, will be best served to get away from the scene quickly. It'll be a Burnley free kick now. As Lee reminded everybody in our intro with Deek right at the start of our broadcast this afternoon. Burnley, of course, it's only 9 years ago since they were victims of a great cup giant kill here. They were in the top flight. They lost to Lincoln City. Sean Raggett getting a
header.
Stoppage time header. Free kick Burnley, Ward-Prowse. Got everybody forward, Burnley here, looking to double their advantage, but Blake Tracy heads it up into the air, but not necessarily clearing his lines. It'll go out onto the near side to Laurent, the goal scorer, playing on the right-hand side. Now Chowner, ball back into the middle of the park to Ward-Prowse, who's had a decent game so far and his first start for the Clarets. Now Hartman, left-sided defender, Brun Larsen, tricking and trying to tease Akins into the challenge, gets the block in Akins, and that'll be another corner kick.
Yeah, done well there, Akins. Done really, really well. Again, you know, coming into the last 5-6 minutes of the half, keep defending.
That Burnley loss to Lincoln City was the second time where they've been knocked out of the FA Cup by a non-league side way back in 1975. They lost to Wimbledon here.
Wimbledon.
And they were a non-league team, the first Wimbledon. In comes the corner, it's over Roberts at the far post. Barnes down on his backside, but won't get anything. It'll be I'm going to say it'll be a goal kick, and as he just said a little too much, he has indeed. So two Burnley players booked in as many minutes, and that's Descent. Ashley Barnes clearly had plenty to say about how he'd ended up on his backside in the penalty area. I think there's been a bit of a running duel between him and Fraser Blake Tracy, and Stags defender, I guess Lee has got to just be a little careful for the next set play, because the referee will, I'm sure, be watching Blake Tracy's involvement.
I just think, you know, it's just having a battle at the back stick, and that's enough, you know, nothing more. He's just frustrated he's not got a foul. But
Aaron Lewis to Akins, tries to get it back to Aaron Lewis. Will it run through to Reed? It won't. There's Ekdal, recently cautioned, back to the goalkeeper, takes a little bit of a risk turning away from Will Evans. Now Hartman, left side of the Burnley defence, playing out of trouble nicely, the side in claret shirts. And the ball forward to Chona, who finds good space
here.
And on the counter come Burnley, but they've given it away, and it'll be a Stags throw-in.
Yeah, there's lots of space here. It's the first time that they've played a bad pass, so luckily.
There's a cry there just down in front of us of get him off. I mean, I guess the gentleman that shouted it sees Burnley more than I do, but maybe it is a recurring theme. But I've been mildly impressed with Burnley. Maybe if they were playing, you know, another Premier League side, it wouldn't look as impressive, but I've been mildly impressed by their attitude so far, their will to win and their keenness to get the ball back. I said earlier, it can go two ways, can't it, when you make 9 changes? It can be a reshaped side that are full of points to prove for the head coach and desperate to make an impression, or it can be a side that at this stage of the season maybe they just realise that Burnley are probably going down, and they're already planning their next move. But either way, Burnley lead 1-0 in this FA Cup tie. The winners go through to Monday's draw around about 6:45 before the Macclesfield-Brentford tie.
I mean, it's what you'd expect. It's just they've got more quality on the ball. You know, Mansfield's been in some great positions, but lack the quality.
There's Lucas Akins. Always hit that back to Liam Roberts. It was. I've seen Stags this season have weaker shots. Roberts did well. Back to Florentino, back post, headed away by Akins, and he sort of, I won't necessarily say he's redeemed himself. It was just a very heavily hit back pass that came very quickly to Liam Roberts. Corner taken short this time by Burnley on the far side. They've recycled it back to Hartman outside the area. The left back dinks it in, left-footed. Will Evans heads it away. Rhys Oates tussling for the ball on the edge of his own penalty area, and now it'll break for Chowner. Scuffs his shot. Oshilaja heads it away, and then it's over the top from distance by Ekdal, and it'll be a goal kick to Stags. We're inside the last minute and 45 seconds of the first half, with Burnley leading by that 21st minute goal by Josh Laurent. Nice interplay to get Burnley into the box. It was rolled into the right-sided player who really, you have to say, it was a lovely dummy from him, wasn't it? He sent Rhys Oates one way, and the goalkeeper was also committed, and then stroked it into an empty net.
It was a class finish, real class finish, you know, touch of quality, and just really calm in the situation, and a really good finish.
There's Oshilaja. Stags fans everywhere listening to us. That really putting on a decent performance here against a top flight side. There's only one goal in it. This is still a live cup tie. John Russell with the ball for Mansfield Town, and then Aaron Lewis runs away from Florentino, gives it to Stephen McLaughlin near side, and McLaughlin will help it forward. Again, trying to find Reece Oates, and now it'll fall for Aaron Lewis. Lewis 30 yards out, and to his right is Akins. Akins trying to dummy to get away from the defender, and he's only just been able to keep it in, and it'll be a Burnley throw on the far side.
I just feel he's picked the wrong option there. He's in the middle of the goal. Could have really got a good shot off there.
That's Aaron Lewis.
Yeah, I think he's picked the wrong option. But again, you win a ball, you beat the press, they are open. You can open Burnley up. You can see why they struggle in the Premier League.
Yeah, Burnley have conceded 51 goals in the Premier League. Here's Akins, gets away on the right, turns it into Will Evans in the box. Will it fall for John Russell? It won't, and then Russell commits a foul, and Burnley can have a soft chance to clear their lines, but nearly fell for both Evans and John Russell there.
Again, another good opportunity, in a good situation. It's just not falling for us, that lack of composure. But it's good from Mansfield, they're showing some good signs that they can compete with Burnley in this game.
Been 1 minute of added on time here at Turf Moor. Burnley lead 1-0, and this time Akins penalised on the far side. Wondered about Lucas Akins' role when I saw him on the team sheet, whether he was going to be a wing back or further forward. He has sort of been the right hand side of that midfield three, and he's grown into this game. The more it's gone on, he's got back and defended nicely on a number of occasions.
Yeah, he's done well, Lucas has.
There's Ward-Prowse into the last knockings. Burnley not showing any great appetite for trying to create one last chance before the break. We've got about 10 seconds left now. Ward-Prowse plays a long ball forward. Important that Chowner doesn't get goal side. He doesn't. Blake Tracy gets it away, and then Oshilaja hits it downfield. That should have been a Stags free kick, as Lee pointed out. We've had the 60 seconds now, and there is the whistle from referee Gavin Ward. They're mildly satisfied, the Burnley supporters, from that moderate round of applause. This side have been booed off several times this season, but not today, not yet anyway. On Valentine's Day, it is Burnley and their claret-wearing supporters that have a 1-goal lead, but Mansfield Town still very much in this FA Cup tie. They've worked hard for the cause, and who knows, just with the swell of support away to our right where they'll be attacking in the second half, they really do need to get the next goal in this game, and then Turf Moor might just change quite dramatically. If
Mansfield did get the second goal in this game, this whole complex of the atmosphere would change, I think. To go in at 1-0 down, Mansfield have shown that they can compete with this Burnley team. It's just that little bit of composure, a little bit of quality. But you've got to think you're playing Premier League players, international players, and they're showing why they're international. You can just see the difference in quality on the ball and the quickness of passing. But Mansfield have been by no means overrun at all here. They've competed really, really well, had some really, really good situations. And another day it could have fell to them, but we're very much still in this game, David. Very much.
Oh, indeed. We've seen a lot of games where Nigel Clough has made wholesale changes at half-time, not just personnel but formation changes as well. I'm not necessarily expecting it so far, are you?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll see the introduction of Reece, of Hendry. I think he's got a lot of quality that Mansfield could do with in the second half. I think Russell's struggling a bit. He's not in the game a lot, and his man's getting wrong side of him too many times for me. But I don't think he'll change too much. He'll just say to him, you've got to stay in the game for the next 20 minutes, and coming to the last 15-20 minutes, and he's still 1 goal behind. It's very much game on. It still is game on. But that's the key. When they come out the second half, they've got to stay in the game.
Nathan Mariah-Welsh was the man of the match the other night. Got a lot of room, a lot of space against Peterborough on the right hand side. I know this isn't Peterborough. I'm very interested just on the right hand side here. Lucas Akins for his energy. He's been sort of over on that side, but I was expecting John Russell to be more of a 10 actually, sort of making a second striker. But very often he's been drawn over to the right hand side as well.
I think so. But I think Lucas has done a real disciplined job on that right hand side. He's dropped in. You've seen him down the right hand side. He's put lots of blocks in, done some stop the crosses coming into box. I think he's done really well, Lucas, and he's got up and down the pitch neither club really trust him, and you can see why. He's reliable, but you like yourself. Russell's does seem to have that right hand side lot when he does play more central, and I do think he's struggling a little bit over there, and I think I can see that being a change, and I can see Hendry coming on for him.
There's Regan Hendry, obviously looking for a bit of a spark. Oliver Iro, Nathan Rowe, as we just talked about, Luke Bolton as well.
Yeah.
On the bench. Dom Dwyer's there as well, sort of the forgotten man. Dom Dwyer. We've not seen too much of him. Of course, at Accrington, it was his effort that the keeper saved and parried into the path of Carl McAdam. So he's sort of played a little bit of a role in this cup tie. But I guess they've got to save Elliot Hewitt as well, because he's sort of the only recognised defender.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of attacking options in Mansfield. They've got a really good bench. They've got pace in Bolton. They've got Iro who can come on and show his ability in the game. Like you say, Elliot Hewitt at the back. But for me, I think the introduction of Henry can really, help Mansfield in the quality. I just think we're giving the ball away too easily, too cheaply at times. But come on, they're working really hard. They're a Premier League team. They're closing us down. They're showing why they're levels above. But we're not been overawed, and we're well in the game.
Thank you, Lee. More from Lee when we come back. Half time here at Turf Moor as we hand back to Deek. It's Burnley 1, Mansfield Town 0.
Match day on BBC Radio Nottingham. Half time in our two commentaries, and it's not going to plan, that's for sure. Either at Bromley, where Notts are trailing by 1-0 thanks to a Matty Dennis own goal, or at Burnley, where Mansfield trail also by 1-0. Josh Laurent getting the only goal of that game on 21 minutes. I'll bring you up to date with the half-time scores from around the grounds. In the FA Cup, West Ham did get through in the end. They needed extra time to do it and had to hang on with 10 men as well, but they got past Burton, winning by 1-0, as I say, after extra time. Burnley 1, Mansfield 0, as you've just heard. Man City 1, Salford 0 is a half-time score. You might remember the two sides met in the third round of the FA Cup last season. City were 3-0 up at half-time at that point and went on to win 8-0, but just 1-0 at the moment. It was an own goal that gave City the lead as well. 1-0 also between Norwich and West Brom. The Canaries with the lead at half-time at Carrow Road. And it's also 1-0 at St Mary's, where Southampton are beating Leicester. Sounds a little less exciting than when the two sides met in the Championship in midweek. Leicester 3-0 up at half-time in that one and then losing 4-3. In the Championship today, it's goalless between Derby and Swansea and Portsmouth and Sheffield United. Preston lead Watford by 1-0. It's QPR 1, Blackburn 2 and goalless between Sheffield Wednesday and Millwall. Into League One, early kickoffs, Reading beat Wycombe by 3-2, and one goal was enough for Stevenage to get past Huddersfield. Half-time, Barnsley against Wimbledon. It's Barnsley 2, Wimbledon 2. Blackpool 0, Plymouth 3 is a half-time score. Bradford City are leading Peterborough 0-0, and the leaders Cardiff are beating Luton by 3-1. Goalless between Exeter and Northampton, and Lincoln, who are hot on the heels of Cardiff, are leading against Bolton. It's 1-0 to the Imps. Into League 2, goalless between Barnet and Cheltenham in the only lunchtime kickoff. Elsewhere, it's goalless between Barrow and Colchester. Half-time there. Bromley 1, Notts County 0, as I've said. Cambridge 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Chesterfield are leading Harrogate by 1-0. It's goalless between Crewe and Gillingham. MK Dons 1, Newport 0 is a half-time score. Oldham 0, Fleetwood 1. It's 1 apiece between Shrewsbury Town and Swindon. And it's 2-0 to Tranmere. Tranmere beating Crawley by 2-0. Match day on BBC Radio Nottingham. It's 7 minutes to 4.
All this week on BBC Radio Nottingham, we're celebrating what you love about Nottinghamshire.
We want to hear all about the most breathtaking views,
your best days out, or even your favourite pub.
Whatever it is, let us know what you love about where you live.
We'll be visiting places all over the county, so make sure your favourite is on our list.
And if you WhatsApp us your pictures and videos, you could see them on the BBC Nottingham social media pages.
Love Notts.
Love Notts. Love Notts on BBC Radio Nottingham.
Match day.
BBC Radio Nottingham.
Match day on BBC Radio Nottingham. Deke Hardman here with you until 6, and then
from 6 o'clock tonight here on BBC Radio Nottingham, it's The Beat with me, Dean Jackson, and the Supreme Team. Mumford & Sons played at Rock City the other night. They've got a brand new album on the way. There's a big exclusive interview with Mumford & Sons on The Beat tonight, and local legends Alt Black Era call in too. All that plus BT Elite Radio's Toughest Challenge, the big gig guide for Nottinghamshire and beyond, and the whole thing gets underway, as always, at 6 o'clock with your ice-breaking question. I'm Dean Jackson. I'll catch you back here tonight from 6 with the Supreme Team for The Beat. I'll see you then.
Thank you, Dean. Cricket now, and at the Men's T20 World Cup, England beat Scotland by 5 wickets earlier on today in Calcutta in Group C. Kevin Howells reports.
Comfortable in the end for England. 10 balls remained when they got over the line for this 5-wicket victory. The Scotland target set looked below par after a collapse, going from 113 for 3 to 152 all out. The captain, Richie Berrington, with 49 runs. There was an early scare for England, losing the openers Salt and Butler in the first 2 overs, but Tom Banton proved a key difference, striking a very impressive 63 not out of just 41 deliveries. That, plus the variations from England's bowlers, saw them to this much-needed victory.
Kevin Howells there reporting for the BBC. In rugby in the Six Nations, it's the second round of fixtures this weekend. Latest score between Ireland and Italy. Ireland are winning 20-13 tomorrow. France travel to Wales. Well, in about an hour's time, it's Scotland versus England at Murrayfield. BBC correspondent Chris Jones has been previewing the match with Ellie Oldroyd on BBC 5 Live.
There'll be Scotland fans going, do you know what? If Finn Russell gets a dry ball and Sione Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones can combine the way they have done in this fixture before, then maybe that's Scotland's best chance. Because if it is wet and windy and a scrap, will that just play into the hands of England and their forwards and their powerful bench? Maybe. So it's difficult to say. We saw Scotland struggle in terrible conditions last weekend against Italy, weren't able to manage the weather like the Azzurri did. So perhaps for Scotland, a dry day is their best chance. But I do remember being here 6 years ago, Ellie, when we had that storm in the early part of 2020, and it was simply unplayable. Someone would put a high ball up, it would go backwards. England won that day just about in a proper arm wrestle. So it looks, fingers crossed, we're going to avoid those kind of scenes this afternoon.
Is this make or break for Gregor Townsend this weekend?
Oh, it's a good question. It's getting to that point, and you know, Townsend, whenever his spell as Scotland coach ends, if it ends at the World Cup, which is the plan in 2027, if it ends sooner, he can, I think, reflect on a job well done in the entirety when he looks at the Calcutta Cup record, looks at the win record, looks at the milestones this Scotland team were able to achieve, whether it's winning in Paris or winning in Wales, etc. But the problem is just that lack of progression over the last little while. That's what's frustrating the Scotland fans, the kind of groundhog nature of the defeats, the same rhetoric about not playing to potential, making mistakes, having lapses in the game. So I think it is getting to the point now where the pressure on Townsend from the Scottish rugby public is quite big, and I think a win today would go a long way to helping that. A defeat, I think, would ratchet up the noise. So it's a big few weeks for Townsend. That game in Rome was so deflating, because if he'd won that, he'd be able to look forward to this game. Wales away next week is very winnable, as we know. So yeah, I think it's crunch time for Scotland if they're to stay in this championship. But from an England point of view, they've got to win if they want to set up a final date with destiny in Paris.
As far as England are concerned, Maro Itoje returns, and he has had such a difficult time, hasn't he? Some really moving interviews, including the one that you did with him for the Rugby Union Daily this week, losing his mother and going back for her funeral. And he's such a thoughtful man, Maro Itoje, but I imagine he can't wait to pull the shirt on and lead England out again. Yeah,
and he said, coming into the England camp when he did, was a source of comfort coming into an environment that he knows so well, with lifelong friends, players he's been rubbing shoulders with for 10, 15 years or so. But he naturally took time to grieve, lost his mum in December. As you say, he went back to Nigeria for the funeral, which meant he joined up with England camp a little bit late, which contributed to the reasons why he was on the bench against Wales. But he got that amazing reception from the Twickenham crowd. And yeah, as you say, very thoughtful, very measured, very emotional, spoke movingly about his mum and about the impact she's had on all parts of his life. And he says there's not an area of his life, whether in business or academia or relationships, that his mum had an influence. So she'll be on his mind, no doubt, today when he leads the team out. But he also stressed the value of the England environment and how that's been a comfort to him coming into it during such a tough time.
Chris Jones there speaking to Eleanor Oldroyd. Scotland v England in the Six Nations gets underway at 20-5. Right, time for your choice of commentary for the second halves then. If you're listening on 103.8 FM, you're going to hear the second half of Notts County versus Bromley. The Magpies trailing by a 0-0. You'll hear that with the former Notts County forward Mark Stallard and Adam Hassel. And on 95.5 FM, DAB Digital Radio, and online if you're in the UK, it's Burnley versus Mansfield Town. Burnley winning by a 0-0 as it stands. Your commentary team for that one, the former Stags forward Lee Wilson and Dave Bracegirdle.
Match day.
BBC Radio Nottingham.
And welcome back, everyone, to Turf Moor, home of Burnley Football Club, where we're still waiting the emergence from the tunnel of the two teams. We've got both sets of substitutes out there, all 9 of the Mansfield Town outfield subs, or rather the 9 subs, the 8 outfield, and Harry Lewis all out there just knocking the ball around in the half away to our right. Doesn't appear just yet if anybody's been summoned to get themselves match ready. Mansfield Town really acquitting themselves well, but doing a lot of ball chasing in the first half. Burnley in front through a 21st minute goal by their right-sided defender, who's been very much getting forward to support the attack, Josh Loron. Alongside me, former Stag striker Lee Wilson. Not really expecting any changes, are we, just yet? And certainly from the fact that they're all still out there knocking the ball around between them, I don't think they've got the shout yet to get themselves ready.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I think he'll stick with what he's gone with, staying in the game, and hopefully with the last 20 minutes, we can bring some of these subs on to try and create a little bit of quality and cause Burnley a few problems. But we've been by no means, overrun by Burnley. They have missed some really gilt-edged chances. They could have been probably three goals up, if we're going to be honest about it, but they haven't taken the chances. We're still in the game, still a goal behind, and we have to stay in this game for the next 20 minutes, and anything can happen.
Burnley first out of the tunnel. We'll keep a sharp eye on whether they're going to make any changes. Mansfield Town actually in that first half. Liam Roberts in goal. A back 4 today of Kyle Noyle, Des Yoshilage, Fraser Blake Tracy, Stephen McLaughlin, Lewis Reed and Aaron Lewis in the middle of the park. Lucas Akins, John Russell, Rhys Oates and Will Evans. The top 4, Burnley and Max Weiss in goal. A back 4 of Josh Loron, Hjalmar Ekdal, Maxima Stev, Kalinci Hartman, Loom Chuana, James Ward-Prowse, Florentino and Jakob Brun-Larsen, the midfield quartet with Ashley Barnes and Lyle Foster, the 2 up top. Mansfield Town's players now making their way onto the pitch. Strange, I wouldn't say strange to emerge from behind a corner flag, but I guess they do it at the One Call Stadium as well, don't they? So,
yeah, absolutely.
So maybe it's not all that unusual. Stags will have the ball. They're in their traditional home colours, the amber and the blue shorts. Burnley in their claret shirts, white shorts, pale blue socks. Stags attacking their supporters. 4,000 or so way to our right at the cricket field end. Behind that we can look and see the ground where James Anderson, Jimmy Anderson, former Lancashire and England bowler, learnt all the tricks of the trade. And we're underway with Aaron Lewis with the first touch of the ball in the second half, playing it back to Reed, and Stags trailing by a 0-0. There's Kyle Noyle. Good to have him, whatever the outcome, but good to have him back fit and available to start a game for the first time since Cardiff at the end of November. Burnley with their first possession of the second half with Ward-Prowse. Lifts it forward. Blake Tracy plays it down the left, flicked on by Rhys Oates. And Will Evans is always a willing runner, but can't get there before it's turned back to the German goalkeeper, Max Weiss. Weiss again under a little bit of pressure. Let Will Evans come towards him, but then gets it away, and Burnley have it on the far side. Extra time and penalties, of course, if it's level after 90 minutes. In order to do that, Stags will need to add to the 9 FA Cup goals they've already scored this season. As Hartman finds Jakob Brun-Larsen wearing 7, running at Akins. Lovely ball, and the header from Chauner was running away from goal and sort of had to try and crane his neck to head it on target. That's a difficult skill to master, and I fancy his header was 3 or 4 yards off target, Lee.
Yeah, it is. And already I think John Russell, he struggles when people run past him, you know. He can't recover well. And you see, you know, they've had a lot of joy down this left-hand side, and Lucas Akins having to do a lot of work. And I think, you know, Russell's he's got to get goal side of him a lot more and help his team out there.
He's a giant of a man, isn't he? I mean, he should be on gladiators, not where he is in possession now. Needs to muscle his man a little more. Does well to find Evans, and now Akins on the overlap, dinks it into the area over Russell, and Burnley can get it away through Brun-Larsen with the second clearance. Back forward from Blake Tracy, flicked on by Aaron Lewis. Could have brought that down, actually. Aaron Lewis needed a shout. Behind him were Burnley shirts, able to turn it back to the goalkeeper.
But another good situation Mansfield got themselves into there as well.
Those fans have come along for a good day out, and they're going to get behind their side. It's a Stags free kick on the halfway line. Seems to be a lot of stewards in amongst the Mansfield Town supporters at the start of the second half. There's overzealous one or two asking them to sit down. Good luck with that. Stags free kick, halfway line, left hand side. Stephen McLaughlin. Well, he plays it short to Blake Tracy, and now shorter still to Oshilaja and back to the goalkeeper. And then a scuffed clearance from Liam Roberts. I just like to have seen the kick either downfield with loft at 50 or 60 yards, or certainly a forward-looking free kick, but it was just played short. And now they've given it away. It's Rhys Oates goes round the defender, on the edge of the area, draws the keeper. Rhys Oates lifts it over the keeper and over the crossbar, inches over, and the best chance of the game for Mansfield Town has come within 3 minutes of the second half as Burnley caught in possession. The main man, Rhys Oates, was away. The keeper came, and Oates dinked it over him and just over the bar.
Wow, it's great feat from Oates to go around him, you know, a short pass beat him, and he's got the keeper just to beat him. He's not hit the target. He's done so well, and just the end finish. Oh, what a great chance to get back into this game, Mansfield there. Great opportunity, and
very much so. Here's Oshilaja, got to tidy up, plays it forward. Here is Rhys Oates again on the halfway line. Made a great start to the second half at Bramall Lane, of course. Rhys Oates, that one might even have eclipsed it. Here's Hartman linking up nicely from defence. Lucas Akins back into his own penalty area, and Brun-Larsen's overstepped it, and it'll run through to Liam Roberts.
It's really good from Akins again, though, getting back in, getting a toe in.
Here is Akins. He's got John Russell further ahead of him, ignores him, goes forward. Will Evans asking for the ball to be played to him. He goes cross-field to Rhys Oates. Oates in possession, just inside the half. Now McLaughlin will lift it into the area, or try and lift it into the area. Charged down by Josh Laurent. It'll be a Stags throw, level with the 18-yard line, and away to our right it's Bedlam. Would have been added, gone in under the crossbar rather than just over. There's Aaron Lewis. He lifts it into the box. Will Evans goes towards the ball, can't get there before the goalkeeper, and Burnley can, I was going to say they can clear their lines. The goalkeeper's just dropped the ball at the feet of Ward-Prowse, and Stags can win it back through the captain, Lewis Reed, having a good game, leading well, and now Oates inside the area. Can he find something? Yeah. Can he pick out Akins? Oh, it didn't drop for him.
Corner, surely.
Didn't drop for Akins. It was dinked to the back post. Good skills by Reed and Oates, and look at Lewis Reed clapping away, geeing them all up. And I've just seen the monitor. I think we're going to see another look again as Oates crossed it.
That's a corner.
That should be a corner.
It's a corner. It's good defending. It's great defending at the back stake. But Mansfield really good from Reed.
There's Oshilaja for Mansfield Town, central defender, plays it forward, can't find Akins, cut out by the Dutch defender Kalichi Hartman, and then deflected by Oshilaja, too far away from Roberts to gather it, and it'll be a Burnley corner. And after 3 or 4 minutes of being penned right back inside their own penalty area, Burnley have sprung a counter and got a corner.
It's been a lively start from both teams. Mansfield again started really well.
What a chance, Lee, what a chance.
The Rizzo's chance, he's done so well. They're not going to catch him. You know, he's even opened the goal up. The keeper's gone down low, he's lifted it, and he's just lifted it wide. That would really got the fans going. That, you know, really, you know, shut this, you know, their home fans down, and got to stay in this now, defend this.
Ward-Prowse with the corner to the near post. Will Evans tussling for it. Might have been foot up anywhere else in the pitch, but he had to defend that. Back to Ward-Prowse. In comes the cross again out to Brun Larson. Drives it once towards goal and dribbles into the penalty area. Stand up, says Lee, and they did that. It was Blake Tracy and Will Evans doing well. Reece Oates near side rolls the ball to John Russell. Be more physical, John.
Come on, John.
Nudged off the ball by Florentino. Won by Foster. Little give and go, and Foster now into the penalty area, and he'll get the shot away. Hit his own man in front of goal.
Great block.
Stags have been given a free kick, and I think it's for Barnes, offside in front of the goalkeeper.
It's a good block. I think he had it covered anyway. But you look at Russell there.
Well, he didn't, because he couldn't see it.
No, but he's lost the ball. But I watched him after. In no attempt to get back, no attempt to recover. You know, you have to get back and up your side. You've got to be better. You've got to be better there.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be long before he's getting the Shepherds up, to be honest.
As a footballer, he's physically imposing, but he's not physically imposing himself on Burnley today. Liam Roberts with the restart. We've had 7.5 minutes of the second half. Burnley 1 up. Stags still live contenders, as they say. Very much a puncher's chance as Stephen McLaughlin away down the left. McLaughlin with the ball in over Will Evans. Comes out to Aaron Lewis. Lewis with a shot. Deflected out. Reid helps it on to Akins. He plays it to the near side to Kyle Noyle. Cross to the far post. There's Oates. Yes! Get in! He's got it! Get in there! Stags are level on 53 minutes.
What a
Kyle
header!
Noyle's cross. And it's Oates doing it again for Mansfield Town on FA Cup day. And it's Burnley 1, Stags 1.
What a fantastic header from Reece Oates at the back. He's got up there above his defender, headed it down, across the keeper in the bottom corner. Fantastic goal, fantastic cross. Brilliant cross from Corey. Oh, what an header. What an header, Reece Oates. What a brilliant goal, and much deserved. They've come out this second half, they're having a go, and what a fantastic header. And listen to them fans now, listen to them.
Should have to say that after the goal, it's 1-1. We've not got VAR here or anything. Hartman went down in the build-up. Lucas Akins held the ball. Hartman went down behind him, then started holding his face. He was down throughout the move that led to the goal, and his teammates all then rushed, obviously, to the referee, saying it should have been a foul, and etc., etc. Well done, Reece.
Yeah, I've seen it on the street. Lucas Akins was brilliant. He did absolutely nothing. He held the ball up, gone down way too easy, like you see every week on the telly how easy they go down. Absolutely nothing on what Lucas Akins did. It's a great, but what a great header. What a great header that is. Brilliant. Go watch that on Match of the Day tonight. That is some header.
I won't get sick of hearing you say what a great header, because it was.
Tremendous goal.
Is 1 from 2 chances in this. Oh, now Will Evans winning the ball in the centre circle.
You can hear the crowd now, Dave.
Yep.
You know, they're getting on the backs a little bit. This is where you've got to stay in it, keep the pressure on.
Next 5 minutes are massive. Don't let Burnley have a sniff of. No, that's a foul. He's grabbing the shirt of Kyle Noyle, and I was going to say he should be cautioned, but I think Foster was falling, but didn't really have too many options, actually. He was grabbing the shirt of Noyle. Free kick to Stags, whose supporters have been terrific even when they were losing 1-0, but now they're back on level terms as Stags equalised, so too in our other game on Match Day from BBC Radio Nottingham in that top of the table League 2 game. So too to Notts County, 1-1 down at Bromley. Jody Jones with a penalty as Reece Oates wins the ball back. I'll bring you in a second, Lee. I know you've spotted something, but Aaron Lewis has the ball for Mansfield Town, and then he's fouled by Josh Loron. What were you going to say?
Oh, bro, you look at Reece Oates there, tracking back to beat his man. Russell's, again, it's frustrating me. He's not trying to get back and help his teammates out. You know, Oates there, he's broke his neck to get back 15 yards and win the ball back. And here we've got a free kick. Russell, for me, has got to do more. He's got to do more on this right-hand side.
Aaron Lewis fouled by Josh Loron, who's become the 3rd Burnley player in the book. 3 yellow cards shown Hjalmar Ekdal, Ashley Barnes, now Josh Lorr on the goal scorer. Stags free kick halfway line, taken short to Aaron Lewis. Here he is, Rhys Oates running at Lorr, who's just been booked. Run at him, says Lee Wilson. There's the cut back towards Evans, behind for a Mansfield Town corner.
That's brilliant. That's what Rhys has got to do now. Like you say, he's on a yellow card. Tails are up. You can Rhys Oates, this half has really come alive. Keep getting at him, keep asking questions. And look at them fans behind the goal now.
Yeah, and look at the fans elsewhere.
Yep. Brilliant.
There's not a lot from the Burnley fans at the moment, but they are a Premier League side and they will come again. Can Stags get their noses in front before that happens? 10 minutes gone, second half. Aaron Lewis with the corner. Doesn't reach Evans. It's headed out. Kyle Noyle, wonderful cross for the goal. Back to Oshilaja. A dink up into the air, headed away. John Russell nods it down. There's Will Evans, waited for the ball. In fact, it's not Evans, I beg your pardon.
Good.
It's Blake Tracy. And now Akins, cross to the back post over Rhys Oates. Aaron Lewis, who started this second half well, keeps it in. There's McLaughlin's ball into the area, away by Florentino, comes out. Lewis Reed was swinging that left leg.
Brilliant.
And it's going to be a foul against Kyle Noyle and a free kick to Burnley. And the Stags fans don't like that.
I don't like it. It's a great challenge, but it's all Mansfield. All the momentum's with Mansfield at the minute. You know, they're well on top. They're now winning more second balls. They're winning a lot. You know, the first half when Burnley were getting on the front foot and winning more, Mansfield are winning more this second half. I think Nigel must have had a word to him to get a bit, more physical, more closer, and they certainly do it.
Burnley with Brun Larson. Well, I can say Brun Larson. I'll mention his name, but he didn't actually have a touch. The ball was taken away from him by Oates before he had the touch. And now John Russell for Mansfield Town. It's a loose layoff, trying to find Akins. Foster, I think Foster's been fouled there by Akins, and he will get a yellow card.
And he's got one because of Russell again. Come on, Russell.
So just to summarise that, it was a poor pass from
it's a poor pass.
John.
Everyone has their dramas. Sure, a house with that many women, how could we avoid it? On BBC iClaire.
I already have a troublemaker, a drama queen, an unreliable and a people pleaser.
I haven't had a break since the 80s.
Based on the best-selling books by Marion Keats.
You're so wise. What is that?
From watching you all mess everything up all the time.
The Walsh Sisters.
All physically healthy and emotionally unstable.
Welcome to the family!
Starts next Saturday night on BBC iClaire.
So it's still 1-1. Understand the line dropped momentarily. Hopefully it was momentarily. Nothing.
Keeper.
Goalkeepers. Nothing went off at our end. But anyway, you've not missed anything meaningful. Whilst Burnley were weighing up a free kick, which they put into the box. On ball forward. Is that?
It's going to get booked here. Stupid.
Will Evans has kicked the ball away.
Nah, stupid Will. Silly foul and kicking the ball. Come on, you're doing so well, Stay on top of the game, nice.
So it's a long ball downfield. Will Evans rushed onto it, but the referees decreed that he nudged the defender.
Which he did.
Whistle obviously blew. We're too far away to hear.
Oh, this has got to be Russell. It's got to be. Yeah, it is.
And went on, kicked the ball towards goal. Whistle went. A change for Mansfield Town. John Russell coming off, and he's going to be replaced by, I think it's Regan Hendry.
Yep. That's what I want to see. That's what I wanted. I just think he's got a lot more. This lad, I think, has got abundance of quality.
Regan Hendry with an FA Cup goal for Mansfield Town this season. Scored the first against Harrogate. Seems a long time ago, doesn't it? Beginning of November. Stags now have 10 FA Cup goals. Scored 15 in that memorable run to the sixth round back in 68-69. But there were a couple of replays as well early on, because that's something that's gone out the modern game. 1-1 here as we hit the hour mark. Rhys Oates in possession, deep in his own half, plays it forward for Will Evans. Had it been prime Usain Bolt, I'm not entirely sure he would have got that one before the two Burnley defenders beat him to it and turned it back to the goalkeeper. Crossfield ball, bypasses Regan Hendry.
But the good thing is, we're turning him around. We're getting him a lot deeper.
That's nicely won by Florentino as Blake Tracy made an interception in the middle of the park. Oshilaja, a touch for Aaron Lewis. and he'll turn it back to the goalkeeper. I don't know who the fella in front's got it in for, but again a cry of get him off.
I don't know. But Mansfield are well on top. They're pressing higher, they're turning them around, so the gaps are bigger between the Burnley players at this time, so they're not playing that, keeping that ball really well, short passes. It's good.
Burnley, ball forward, Brun Larsen, flag's gone up.
Good line from Mansfield, good line.
Slightly worrying, isn't it, when Burnley counter-attack with numbers and with pace, but the assistant calmed nerves. Bedlam away to our right. Lots of coaches, as we said earlier, making their way across. Lots of friends and groups have come. The minivans, the cars, the vans. Picture on our little monitors here of Scott Parker. What a great playing career he had. 500 appearances. Likes of Charlton and West Ham and Chelsea and Spurs and Fulham. Looks as if his instructed, or his coaching staff have instructed one or two players just to start and warm up. There's Akins for Stags, plays it forward to Regan Hendry on the right hand side, his first involvement. He's got Hartman in front of him, rolls a ball in, very nearly picked a pass for Lewis Reed, but not quite, and Stags trying to win it back, charged down by Rhys Oates, and the ball ballooned high up into the air, and it was caught by Weiss, the goalkeeper. 1-1, 63rd minute on the clock at Turf Moor. Burnley in front at half-time through Josh Laurent. Rhys Oates with his 9th of the season. Far post header from a wonderful cross from Kyle Noyle to pick him out. Exquisite header. Back across the keeper and in.
Great header. Great header.
It's Florentino, Portuguese, in possession. Ball forward, cut out by Deji Oshilaja. Rhys Oates made a little run. He might have been offside. Will Evans has it for Stags, and then was he fouled from behind? Referee couldn't have seen. There's a lot of traffic between him and the ball, but the assistant should have helped him out.
Yeah.
Not really mentioned the Burnley bench. Joe Worrell's there, the former Nottingham Forest defender now at this club. It's going to be a Stags ball. Zion Fleming, who's been starting, Dutch striker, recent Premier League games. Hannibal, the Tunisian international midfielder, all there waiting for the call as Wade Tracy puts it out. It'll be a throw-in.
I think, if Parker's going to have to make changes, Mansfield are the better team at the minute. They've got more energy, they've got more urgency, and the quality's picked up. And the game now is stretched, in Mansfield's favour a lot, so he's got to make changes, because at the minute, Mansfield are on top of the game.
It's 90 seconds. I don't think we've seen any football. I'm not entirely sure we've seen the ball in play. There's a throw in, it's gone out. There's a throw in, it's gone out. There's a throw in, it's gone out. It's now a Burnley throw on the halfway line.
Yeah.
Burnley are getting one or two bodies ready. There's Regan Hendry. That's a poor ball from Regan. Had other options, but plays still on that far side on the halfway line. Won by Stephen McLaughlin, driving forward. Here goes McLaughlin. Long way between him and the goal, but outside him is Rhys Oates. Lifts it. Didn't have any options really, did it?
It's brilliant from Mansfield. It's brilliant from McLaughlin, driving forward on the front foot. That's Oates. Poor from Oates putting delivery in, but it's good from Mansfield. Mansfield are really putting the pressure on Burnley now. It's on the front foot, turning them around, hitting spaces, asking questions.
Goal kick to Burnley. Hit into the Stags half. Kyle Noyle rises first, wins it, again to the audible groan of those around us, where just in front of the Burnley fans is Jakob Brun Larsen. Outside him is Hartman, the Dutch defender. Decent ball into the box. Managed to find its way through one or two, and there at the back post, helping out, should he be needed, and he was Rhys Oates, who's cleared it into touch.
Deji did well there. Deji did really well. Went with Barnes, I think it was, when the ball got played in and got really tight to him. Yeah, did well there, Deji. Really well.
There's going to be some Burnley changes here. At the moment, we're too far away to see. Hannibal's coming on, the midfielder. He's going to replace Brun Larsen.
I think they need to, because at the minute, Mansfield are dominating midfield. Full credit to Mansfield this second half. They've come and definitely given it a go.
Very much so. I'll just check and see who the other one is. Hannibal scored his first goal for the...
replacing number 17, Luke Chowner.
For Burnley at the weekend. Chowner's coming off. Number 17.
Is number 10, Marcus Edwards.
And, Marcus Edwards, who's been here at the club since the summer. He had 3 years in Portugal playing for Sporting. He comes on. He'll go on the right-hand side, and Hannibal probably in the middle of the park. Burnley throw, one apiece. That's going to just dribble its way into the Mansfield Town penalty area for Liam Roberts to pick it up and gather it safely. He rolls it back out to his central defender, Deji Oshilaja. Noyle. Oshilaja. Ball forward into the Burnley half. One apiece. Stags taken this into the final third at 1-1.
Good.
Lewis Reed to Rhys Oates. Oates cuts in from the left-hand flank. Ball forward for Will Evans, again being tightly marked. Now Lucas Akins. Near side is Regan Hendry. Back to his skipper. Stags with a moment or two on the ball. Oshilaja to Blake Tracy. His first touch was poor. It ran away from him, and Burnley can spring a counter here. And an opportunity for Edwards, who's just come on to the penalty area. Strikes Oshilaja, and that's gone behind for a corner kick.
Oh, wow. That's what we've done so well. What we've done this half is not make them mistakes, and you see how quick they break, and it was a great opportunity and a good block from Deji. But come on, so much on top and so doing so well. Don't give them these opportunities. Got to keep defending this corner, keep taking it deep into the game.
Corner to Burnley from their right-hand side. James Ward-Prowse will take. Right-footed. Congested penalty area, lots of elevation. Back post is Regan Hendry, heads it out of the area to Florentino. Forces it to the near side, to the recent arrival, the long-haired, glove-wearing Hannibal. Cross comes in and headed away
it's a great
for
header.
Another corner kick.
It's a good
by
header.
Stephen McLaughlin.
Yeah, good header from Macca. It's a good ball in, dangerous ball.
Home fans just finding their voices again. 21 minutes to go at Turf Moor in the 90. Burnley, another right-sided corner to be taken by Ward-Prowse. Left arm held aloft. Now he takes it towards the near post, and a little flick on, nowhere near the target. And thankfully it's in amongst the seats. It's Barnes down on the ground. Might have been a clash of heads there.
I think he just caught him when he went down.
Barnes.
Yeah. It's a good ball in from Prowse, a good run from Barnes, just didn't get the correct contact, but they defended corners well, Mansfield, today.
Lights twinkling in the distance now, and also on here at Turf Moor, the floodlights are on. You can just see the shadows now being cast by the players. The digital advertising just starting to get a little brighterly. Goal kick to Mansfield Town, taken by Liam Roberts. Ball downfield. Evans with the flick on, trying to find Oates. Hartman for Burnley. Ball forward and then switch to this near side, and Foster into the area.
Well done, Lucas. Well done.
Really well. You can describe it as you were purring.
It was brilliant. You got to think he's on a yellow card. He's got Offie on him, and Lucas stayed on his feet, put his arm across him, really strong, and ushered him out into Roberts' hands. It's really good. Fantastic defending.
Regan Hendry with the ball on the near side, lays it back to Lewis Reed, wins a throw-in. If that is the right phrase, winning a throw-in. He played it off his man and then watched the spin take it over the sideline. Nigel Clough was sat in the comfy seats in the technical area here at Turf Moor in the first half. He's on his feet now, him and Andy Garner.
It's good, we're lucky to get in behind them, we're stretching the game. It's all been positive this half from Mansfield. Really, really good energy. And a lot more quality.
Clough as a player, of course, played in the 91 FA Cup final, played in 2 semi-finals for Nottingham Forest, took Sheffield United to a Wembley semi-final where they were defeated by Hull City. Competition he loves, competition that's been good to him again this season, certainly in terms of there's some excitement and a little cup run. McLaughlin gets it from Blake Tracy, now Oshilaja. Burnley quick to close down him, and then Lewis Reed.
Great
ball forward, finds Lucas Akins. Akins on this near side, lays it back in field to Reed. Great engine from Reed as always. Lovely ball to Oates. Here's the main man, left hand side. Oates, ball back from McLaughlin, left footed hammer. Saved by the keeper. Regan Hendry can't get it. There's Akins driving towards goal, hits the Burnley man, and it will spin kindly back to the goalkeeper. And Stags at least having pot shots at goal when the opportunity afforded itself.
Fantastic from great ball from Reed in first place. Akins played it back to Reed, who then switched it over to Oates, pulled it back, and 2 shots on goal. It's really good football from Mansfield. Really good.
And the trouble is, Lee, from our vantage point, we're so high up in the sky, it looked as if the save from the keeper was just going to come nicely for Akins, but didn't quite. There's Reed. Reed has been absolutely exceptional today.
Every one of them has this second half. They've been unreal.
He's won it back. He's in possession. Does a complete 360 before deciding to roll it to the near side to Regan Hendry, wearing 24. Outside him now on the overlap is Lucas Akins. They've been exceptional. I was going to say a poor ball from Akins, but Burnley give it away, and then a free kick is won. Clumsy foul by Lyle Foster. Stags have a free kick midway inside the Burnley half right hand side.
It's like role reversals. First half Mansfield were making all the mistakes, lacking the quality. Second half it's Burnley making the mistakes, short passes, things like that. Mansfield are really up the game. We're off. Ooh, that was... Come on, ref, let it go.
Ref just hadn't quite finished ticking off one or two of the Burnley players, and Regan Hendry had taken a short free kick to Aaron Lewis, who, in Lee Wilson's words, was off down the right.
It was unlucky that, because the Burnley players turned his back and Lewis was in there.
73rd minute, free kick, Mansfield Town, right hand side. Aaron Lewis takes it right footed, lovely delivery. Evans with the flick on, couldn't control it towards goal, and it'll be a goal kick.
Good ball in. It's tremendous, really, really good. A bit like Tuesday night, they played so well Tuesday night, it's a bit like the same. This is against a Premier League club, Premier League outfit.
The corner count on Tuesday, I'm sure you saw it, 19-0 to Mansfield Town, and they lost 2-1. I know that does tell a couple of stories. One had all those corners and couldn't manufacture anything, but had a lot of opportunities on the night. Played really well against Peterborough. Playing really well here as the bounce of the ball favoured Burnley in the centre circle. In comes Aaron Lewis, and Hannibal gets it. Ball is rolled to Edwards, twisting and turning, and then a free kick given to Burnley. Now I've talked all match about the threat that Ward Prowse is. This is too far. It's 38 yards out.
You'd think so.
Central position.
You'd think so.
Stags are getting bodies back into the penalty area. Will Evans at the moment a one-man wall. The referee hasn't got his squirty cream out, has he, to say where it should be from. But Ward Price is having a shot, hits the one-man. Will Evans breaks to Barnes in the area, far side. There's Edwards, and now Hannibal.
Stand up.
Side, twisting and turning. Reece Oates with him. Oates is standing up. Ball played into the penalty area. Out to Florentino. Now Hartman. Ball into the box. Roberts comes and catches. Took it off the head of Ashley Barnes. And it remains.
I think he's offside.
Burnley 1, Mansfield Town 1. Roberts tried to free Will Evans, but I think you're right. I think he had gone too early. Just the one change so far made by Nigel Clough. Remember, it could be a long afternoon. Ball up to the edge of the area. There's Oshilaja winning it. Flag had gone up. Free kick Stags. Regan Hendry on for John Russell, the only change.
They've done well today with the line. They've caught the Burnley lads offside a few times. They've been brave, though. They've been really brave in the way they've come and turned out today. The whole game, going man for man, going toe to toe with them. And the second half, no one can argue that Mansfield's been a lot better side.
there's supposed to be people just going to use the conveniences or go and get another cup of tea for potentially extra time, but there are one or two people starting to make their way down the stairs and towards the concourses. A lot of football. Well, we're going to get a result one way or another. 15 to go, in fact 14 to go, plus add-ons as Liam Roberts, left-footed ball from his own penalty area. Regan Hendry might have nudged his man as he played it forward. Burnley get it away. There's Foster, played really well. Turn away from a couple of Stags players. Hannibal on the near side. Ball back to Ward-Prowse in the middle of the pitch. Nice little layoff on that far side.
Right foot. They are, look, right foot.
Shot well saved by Roberts. It was Edwards with the shot, and it comes again. Blake Tracy with the clearing header, but Burnley have got bodies forward here. Stags penned back inside their own penalty area. Hannibal rolls the ball across to Ward-Prowse. Again a drive, and it'll break for Edwards into the penalty area. As he overhit that, it's gone out. It'll be a goal kick to Stags, thank goodness.
I'll tell you what, today lots of balls have fell kindly to Burnley today in the box, and not fell kindly to Mansfield, but luckily, we defended that really well. But Roberts on the right, the lad who's come on, he's all, I said right, he's all left foot. He wants to cut in on his left foot all the time, and he's got a shot off and a good save by Roberts. The game's very open now, very open.
Is that a good thing for Stags or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. I think both teams are going for it. It's a great cup tie. Both teams are trying to win the match. They don't want to.
Flicked on towards.
Whoa!
Kicked. It's a free kick to Stags just outside the penalty area. It was a high boot. Yellow card to Florentino, the fourth Burnley player. It was a bouncing ball that Rhys Oates bravely put his head towards to try and help it on. And the covering player, the midfielder Florentino, put his boot up, caught Rhys.
Yep. We could just do with borrowing Ward-Prowse for this. He'd love to be this. Well, it's a great area.
It's a Mansfield Town free kick. Racking my brains. I don't think Stags have scored with a direct free kick this season. This is a lot closer than the one that Ward-Prowse had 2 minutes ago at the other end.
I think Reid fancies this. You take a free kick, always look to see who puts the ball down.
I think Stephen McLaughlin fancies it as well. So the Burnley wall, at the moment, there's no Mansfield Town players in the Burnley penalty area. It's a free kick just outside the D. There's a 3, 5, 6 man wall there. Now Will Evans goes to find himself on the end of the wall. There's Macca and there's Reid.
Oates has gone off. Jenkins must have a blood shirt.
Good spot. Yeah, changing his shirt to a plain one. So he is the man with no name, but if Stags win today, they'll remember the name Rhys Oates. It's a free kick. They've certainly had a long enough lead to decide what they're going to do here, and you're going Lewis Reid, I'm going Stephen McLaughlin. There's a wall on the penalty spot. They've got the draft excluder. Yep. Somebody laid down behind the wall. Up comes Reid. Reid hits it.
Yes!
Whoa! Absolute boom! Into the corner.
Wow!
Stags are in front. Lewis Reid, who got 2 at Bramall Lane, has scored Stags' first direct free kick of the season.
Wow!
When it matters most, with 10 to go, Reid's 4th of the season makes it Burnley 1, Mansfield Town 2.
Let me tell you, they could have had 3 keepers in the goal. What a free kick over the wall, top corner. That is unsavable. Unsavable. They had plenty of time. We talked about it to decide who's going to take it. I fancied Reid to take it. What a free kick. And it's nothing more than Mansfield deserved this second half. Unbelievable free kick. Wow.
Just seeing it again on the replay inside the ground.
Unstoppable. That is unsavable.
Well, it was on this particular afternoon. Terrific effort. I still thought McLaughlin should have taken it.
Look at that. That is wow. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
They've made another change, Burnley, whilst the celebrations were going on. Florentino has gone off. Not sure who's come on. In fact, we're just going to find out now. Ugo Chukwu has come on, and the Stags making a change as well. sure. I think
Ashley Barnes has come off.
Yeah, Barnes is off. Chukwu is on, and Zion Fleming is on. We're back underway.
Flying.
There's now 9 minutes to go. And on Valentine's Day, Mansfield Town lead Premier League Burnley on their own turf by 2 goals to 1. As Fraser Blake Tracy puts his boot through, it's a long ball. Keeper stayed at home, and it was the right thing to do. I thought Will Evans might be able to chase that down. I think Stags were looking to make changes after the goal. Oh, that's nicely cut out on this near side by Regan Hendry, but they didn't. But there are a couple of bodies now being readied. There's Hannibal. He's got all the tricks in the world. In the middle of the park, running up towards the edge of the area. Kyle Noyle takes it off him, runs back towards his own goal, and then plays it out. It'll be just a throw into Burnley.
Hands to the pumps now.
8.5 to go. Stags have defended narrow leads several times in this, or during the 9-match unbeaten run, noticeably at Bolton. Without Ryan Sweeney, without Bailey Cargill. They'll both be watching, I'm sure, somewhere, cheering the boys on. Here's Hannibal for Burnley. James Ward-Prowse back to Esteve, the captain, and now Ekdal, who was booked early on. Marcus Edwards, who came on, he's got a trick or two. Ball in, cleared by Fraser Blake Tracy, and out for a throw in, and the clock continues to tick, albeit at the moment too slowly. 82.5 minutes gone.
Concentration is key. It's so key, you know, they put so much into it.
Sorry, Lee, I can just see Elliot Hewitt, Luke Bolton, and Victor Adeboyo coming on. Kyle Noyle making way for Elliot Hewitt.
Fantastic return to the side. Fantastic. Him and Lucas Aitken down this right hand side have been brilliant.
And the assist for the goal as well, the first goal.
To come back into a game like this, it's done fantastic.
Going off. Rhys Oates and Will Evans are going to make way for Victor Adeboyo and Luke Bolton. 83 minutes gone. Remember, if it's level at full time, level at 90 minutes plus stoppages, we'd have extra time. Nigel Clough's rung the changes here.
Huge concentration now, boys.
We restart with a Burnley throw into the Stags penalty area. Stephen McLaughlin heads it up into the air. It's headed back, and then McLaughlin says, well, if header won't clear the lines, I'll just put my size 11s through it, and boots it deep into the Burnley half. Turned back to his goalkeeper by Esteve with Victor Adeboyo hovering. Hannibal spreads the play over to the far side to Edwards. McLaughlin goes out towards him, cuts in field, charge
stand up,
down,
stand up. Well done.
Blocked by Akins, and now Luke Bolton.
Brilliant.
Bolton's fouled.
Well done.
And if he can't kill 90 seconds now, Mansfield Town.
That's brilliant. Brilliant from Akins again.
He certainly should be able to. Free kick to Stags just outside their own penalty area as Bolton was bundled over. 1 or 2 more just heading off. It's been a familiar story for Burnley fans.
Take the sting out of the game. Keep taking the sting out of the game.
Chesterfield getting a mention perhaps on Match of the Day. What are you watching? Stags leading by 2 goals to 1. They were 1 down at the break. Rhys Oates with a header, and Lewis Reed with, well, a goal that he's got to be up there with his 2 at Bramall Lane.
The technique, the quality was unbelievable. It's unsavable.
Elliot Hewitt, of course, the thing having Elliot Hewitt on as well, he's got a long throw on him. Throws this down the line. Is that going to go out of play? It doesn't. Stays in on the near side. Burnley get it back.
Done.
Lucas Akins wins it back for Mansfield Town. Gets it to Luke Bolton. Bolton's got Adeboyo outside him. Checks and turns and then gives it to Victor. Victor near the corner flag. Run into the corner, Victor.
Go on, strong.
And he does.
Good.
He does. He's taking it right into the corner, holding it up. It comes back for Bolton. Plays it off the Burnley man. I thought he'd played it off the Burnley man, but the assistant, who's about 150 yards closer to the action than me, gives Burnley the goal kick, which has already been taken, and we're in the 86th minute at Turf Moor with Burnley chasing the game and chasing an equaliser.
Not spoken a lot about Deji today. He's been fantastic in the art of defence.
Yeah.
He's been so competitive, so strong.
Yeah, I was going to make that point myself actually, and then as ever got waylaid, but you're spot on. I think when I was praising Reid, you got it right. There's just been so many heroes. Akins has had a really good game. I think Reid's been excellent. Rhys Oates was excellent. McLaughlin has been excellent as well.
Everyone to a man.
Yep.
Everyone to a man.
It's not over yet though, and Burnley will come, but they give it away to Elliot Hewitt, and Luke Bolton will just clear his lines. There's nobody downfield.
Okay.
So all this is just soaking up 20 seconds while Burnley have to run back towards their own penalty area and get the ball back and start again up toward Prowse in the centre circle, and then Hannibal. Far side is Marcus Edwards, back to Hannibal. Yellows is the cry. Ball up to the edge of the box. Hannibal a little give and go. This is potentially dangerous, but Elliot Hewitt dispossessed him.
This is going to be... They'd have done this so many times in training over it's defence against attack, and that's what it's going to be.
Ball lifted into the area, chested down again by Fraser Blake Tracy, who again I think he's had a good game. He's just played it away. Could he have hit that long?
Yeah, it should have gone long, yeah.
Burnley have it back with Ugochukwu, one of the recent subs. In comes the cross again, headed away, can't find Victor. In goes Captain Reid.
Yeah, he's been good.
Burnley once more have it with Ekdal, back to Maxime Esteve, French defender, former Montpellier player.
Stay compact, that's what they've got to do. It's important, stay compact, stay with runners.
Into the penalty area, the shot is blocked and then up in the air, and the far post, it's scrambled away by Regan Hendry for a corner kick.
Good defending, they've got to be really compact, they've got to stay with runners, they've got to be really disciplined.
Whoever's on the screens and the advertising's going through it here, keeps banging out big "Come on Burnley" promotional messages on the screens around the ground. Come on Burnley, they've got a corner. Is this their best chance? It's hit deep towards the far post. Elliot Hewitt, and then downfield, lashed away by Aaron Lewis. It's going to come back, but it's going to take 15 seconds to come back. We've had 88 minutes.
Pick up.
Burnley play it long over Elliot Hewitt this time. Lucas Akins heads it towards the near side. Foster comes and kicks it in by the corner flag. Played back to Hannibal in the sort of quarterback position, just outside the penalty area. Dinks it back in there, headed away again by Elliot Hewitt. That's about 4 times since he came on 6 or 7 minutes ago that he's made important contributions. Far side,
left foot.
They're now running at Hendry. They're now running at Regan Hendry. Then the cross from Ward Prowse. Up again goes Elliot, headed down, and then the shot over the top.
Whoa.
Well, it very nearly broke in front of goal for one of the recent Burnley arrivals. That's Zian Fleming, the Dutchman, blazed over the top from the penalty spot.
Yeah, it's a good chance. Just didn't sit for him. It's one of those again. It fell kindly for him, really kindly for him. Didn't get over it. See, that's unlucky from there. That's unlucky.
Look at them filing out. Look at them filing out. 89 minutes, 10, 11,
come on,
12, 13. Referee Gavin Ward tells Liam Roberts to get on with it. 40 seconds plus add-ons. There'll be 6 minutes. You just know there'll be 6 minutes when you only want there to be 3.
Well, it's going to be at least 6.
Go on. Going back towards goal, and Akins really got there. Always fouled the goalkeeper in his eagerness to get to it. It was a poor back pass by the Burnley player. Wasn't I beg your pardon, I said Akins. Beg your pardon to everybody. It was Victor Adeboyeja who very nearly got on the end of it.
Just don't leave him space now. Just don't leave him space.
Burnley, just a moment, struggling to get it out of their own half. 53, 54, 55. Where's the 4th official?
Get back.
Get the ball forward.
Good.
Cut out again by Oshilaja. And Hewitt will clear.
4 minutes.
4 minutes to go for Mansfield Town.
4 minutes, come on boys.
Never defeated a Premier League side in the FA Cup.
Stop the cross.
Edwards.
Left foot, look, everything left foot.
Cuts in field, he's got it on his left. Twisting and turning, cuts in field, he's into the penalty area.
Tackle.
Runs and a nice block and then a foul. Surely, Stags have got a free kick in their own penalty area. That's going to be another opportunity just to run down the clock. Edwards arguing with the referee.
It's brilliant place. Brilliant place. Great from Regan. Gets back in, get a foot in.
Another Burnley change.
It's number 23, Lucas Perez.
Lucas Perez, left-sided player, coming on.
Come on, boys. Come on. Come on.
I sensed in the rain, Accrington wasn't totally a day that you'll remember for the fondest of reasons. So I'm pleased that just 7 miles away from the Wham Stadium, you're having a happier day.
That's it. Come on.
Stags play it forward. Victor Adebayo trying to get on the end of it.
Back in.
Bolton,
Back in.
Goal kick.
Back behind the ball. Come on.
91 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Goal kick's been taken already. 2 minutes 40 seconds. 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Come on, Lucas. Come on.
Bolton
Come on,
near
Lucas.
side. Here's Perez, who's just come on left side. He's Aiken's man. Nice little cut back.
Don't foul. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Bolton does well. Turns it away from his man. Clears his lines. Well done, Luke Bolton. Launches it into the Burnley half. It's Stev. Wonder if we might get the goalkeeper up. He was tempted to get involved then. Burnley lift it again towards the Stags penalty area. A little touch from Elliot Hewitt and offside again.
Brilliant line. Quality defensively. When the ball's going out saying get out and they're coming out and they're catching the ball, that's brilliant from Mansfield. Fitness. Absolutely fantastic. Come on, boys. 2 minutes.
It's my job to watch the football. I want to watch that end the way to our right. Just look at them.
I want to be in it.
What a stag party. We've got Nigel Clough on the monitors in the ground here.
Brilliant. Come on.
Looking as tense as he's ever looked. He's sat down, head bowed.
90 seconds, boys. Come on.
That's all it is. 92 and a half minutes have gone. Mansfield Town leading Premier League Burnley by 2-1. They've again gifted possession back to Burnley, but there'll be a throw into the Clarets. My word, if you're enjoying a glass of claret right now as a Mansfield Town fan, I just hope you're rewarded with a home.
70 seconds.
Well, yeah, let's get through this first. Can Regan Hendry get to the...
Get back in, Regan.
He can't. Burnley have it on the far side. There's a Stev.
Stay.
Hannibal. It's round...
Victor.
Plays a ball forward, away by Reed. 50 seconds. Burnley have possession on the far side. The cross has got to come in. It's lifted into the penalty area now. Flicked up. Burnley have it. The shot towards goal, but softly.
Kill it.
Into the arms of Liam Roberts.
Go on, get up. 30 seconds.
Loving going through it with you, Lee.
Get it up. Come on. Come on, ref.
Can't
20
see
seconds.
a thing as the row in front decide enough is enough, and they've gone. 15 seconds.
Come on,
Lewis beaten in the middle of the park. Burnley switch it to the near side.
Stop it. Keeper. Get in.
Liam Roberts.
Get in.
That's like a match-winning catch in the last
Come on, ref, blow. Come on, blow.
It's bowled out.
Come on, ref.
To McLaughlin. I'll leave you to it,
Come
Lee.
on.
I'll leave you to it.
Ref, come on. Ref, yes! Come on!
The full-time whistle has gone. Victor Adebayo with the last kick of the ball, and that kick of the ball slams it into the biggest stag party that you've ever seen away to our right.
Wow.
Mansfield Town have turned over Premier League opposition on their own turf. Burnley led 1-0 at half-time, and Nigel Clough's Mansfield Town have done it again. They're 8 unbeaten on their travels, but in the FA Cup this season, they've won in Lancashire at Accrington, they've won at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United, and now they're in the hat for the last 16. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Wonderful second half performance. A cross from Kyle Noyle, beautifully met by the head of Rhys Oates to make it 1-1. And then Lee Wilson, the free kick of all free kicks.
Wow. This second half display from Mansfield has been unbelievable. On the front foot, winning more duels. First half they lost too many. Winning more duels, more quality. A fantastic header from Rhys Oates, a fantastic free kick, and they defended unbelievable. And you know what? The best team won the game. You give or take the first half, they had a couple of chances that they should be putting away Burnley, but apart from that, the second half, 45 minutes, Mansfield were unbelievable to a man. Unbelievable. And them fans, what a journey they're going to have home. Unbelievable.
They might make a night of it, they might make a weekend of it, and then head up to Blackpool, of course, back to earth. You look at the next two fixtures for these two sides. Burnley go to Stamford Bridge next to face Chelsea. We're not too far away on Tuesday night. Lee with me for that trip to Bloomfield Road, where Stags will be going to face Blackpool in League One action, and by then they'll know who they're going to face in the last 16 of the FA Cup. Incredible stuff. They've not been there since 1975. Don't know if we're so far away you can hear the Stags fans.
It's awesome.
Really just watching. It's Lewis Reed, get the words out, leading the fist pumps. That is brilliant.
It's brilliant. You look at the Stags fans, absolutely jubilant, and rightly so. The rest of the stadium's empty. It's all about Mansfield Town today, and Scotty Parker. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to be in his manager's office after the game, but Mansfield Town, unbelievable performance. In the hat, the last 16, of the FA Cup. Plenty of big boys going to be in there, but brilliant.
Liam Roberts now. What disappointment he had in this round, the fourth round last year, of course, sent off in Millwall's goal against Crystal Palace. A year on, loving his football, and absolutely the rock upon which all this Mansfield Town success this season is built upon. But today there were just so many heroes, so many wonderful performances, so many willing to pretty much put their body on the line. No Sweeney, no Cargill. I thought that might, well, it's going to hurt them, isn't it? It's going to hurt them, but they've done it.
Desi were brilliant.
Desi was brilliant.
Absolutely
Blake
brilliant.
Tracy was brilliant.
Yep.
McLaughlin was brilliant. Noyle. So that's your back line with the keeper. Lewis Reed, that's his best game of the season by none, or by far, really.
Yeah.
And
Aikens.
Oatsy and Aikens.
Everyone, you can say everyone. Everyone's been a minimum of an 8 today. Being harsh on Russell. For me,
where's Deji going? Deji's
I'll
just running into the corner.
Deji, he was tremendous today.
Where's he going? He's spotted somebody, I think. Deji, he's going to find somebody.
So strong today. Competed, went man for man so many times today.
Deji's run into the crowd now. The rest of the players and the coaching staff are all lined up on the 18-yard box, taking it in turns to support the fans. Deji says, I'm having none of this. I've got family and friends that I'm going to hug. As you have, Lee. There's a lot of people in there that you will have known over the years that's followed Stags up and down the country on the archetypal cold Tuesday night to nowhere for a good hiding.
My boy's in there, and he's going to be absolutely buzzing. He'll remember the rest of his life going to a Premier League side, winning 2-1 on their own turf. Absolutely brilliant. And it's not like he wasn't like a smash and grab where they've been defending. There was none of that. They had to go toe to toe. They gave it a go, and second half, it was the better team. So much better in quality, in fight, in desire, and the quality of the two goals was unbelievable. You watch Match of the Day tonight. Anyone listening, please watch Match of the Day tonight.
Watch it early,
because I'll tell you something now.
Watch it early.
You're going to see two of the best goals that you'll see this season from Mansfield. Unbelievable performance, tremendous.
Again, we're just seeing some Stags fans on the
that's the directors, Brownie.
Monitor. I don't know if John and Carolyn Radford are here or not, or watching from afar, but they'll be very proud. They've financed all that's good about Mansfield Town these days.
Absolutely.
The players are now saluting the Mansfield Town VIPs, if you like, back on the halfway line. That's good that they've not forgotten them.
It wasn't long ago, when you got the Radfords came in. Before they came, you're getting 2,500 at Field Mill. There's more than 2,500, go to away games. They sell out their allocation all the time, and it's an absolute credit to the owners, to the current directors, to the current players, the manager, and the fans. They all deserve this. They all deserve this for hard work, and I'll tell you what, I'm over the moon. They've been absolutely tremendous today. It's been a pleasure to watch, pleasure to commentate, and roll on that draw. Let's just hope they get that we've got a Premier League team away with, let's go and get Man United away, let's go and get Chelsea away, let's go and get a team and give them another day out.
I thought for this round it'd be West Ham, just sort of, if you like, complete the circle from right back in 1969. West Ham either at the London Stadium or or at the One Call. Now that would be
it could happen.
Incredible.
They've gone through, haven't they? So absolutely brilliant.
But it could be Macclesfield, it could be Port Vale. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Fifth round.
We can spend the weekend speculating. It's been an incredible day here. We'll bring you all the reaction we can with Deke, obviously, through the next hour. I'm sure there'll be some wonderful quotes to come from Nigel Clough and some of the star names today. Josh Laurent put Burnley 1-0 in front at half-time. Stags still in it, attacking those wonderful fans. Second half, 8 minutes after the break. Lovely cross from Kyle Noyle from the right. Reece Oates, towering header, crossed the keeper and in 1-1. And from then on, Stags totally bossed, and a wonderful free kick from Lewis Reed to win it. As we hand back to Deke, its final score here: Burnley 1, Stags 2.
5 o'clock match day on BBC Radio Nottingham. What a result for Mansfield Town. Mansfield beating Premier League Burnley by 2-1, coming from behind to beat Burnley by 2-1. Josh Laurent giving the Clarets the lead on 21 minutes, and then a header from Reece Oates on 53, and a brilliant free kick from Lewis Reed on 80 minutes, giving the victory for Mansfield Town. 1-1 the final score between Bromley and Notts County in that clash at the top, or towards the top of the League 2 table. Bromley took the lead in the first half through a Matty Dennis own goal. Notts County getting back on terms thanks to a Jody Jones penalty, and finishing the game with 10 men as well, after Scott Robinson was shown not a straight red card, that's a lie, a second yellow card, but a red card, which saw Notts finish the game with 10 men. What an afternoon. That's a great point for Notts County. Bromley don't lose many games. Notts County, their winning run ends, but I think when all's said and done, a point at the leaders, who have been so brilliant this season, is a good point. But we'll find out how good a point it was with Mark Stallard a little bit later. And I cannot wait to speak to Lee Wilson as well, because I heard his commentary, or his co-commentary, during that game, and he was excitable to say the least, as he should be. Mansfield through and through, Lee Wilson, and what a victory for the Stags. He said, Lee Wilson said his son was in the crowd. He'll never, ever forget this day, beating a Premier League side. Mansfield into the 5th round for the first time in over 50 years. 1975, the last time they were in the 5th round, and they will be in Monday night's draw. Who do you want to get? If you're a Stags fan listening, I'd love you to get in touch. You can text in 81333, start your message with the word Notts, or WhatsApp 08000 321 333. You've got to start your message with the word Notts there. It's not anything to do with football, that. It's just how we do things at BBC Radio Nottingham. But I'd love to hear from you. Who do you want to get in the last 16 of the FA Cup? What a result for Mansfield, and a great result for Notts County too. Let's go through all the scores from around the grounds in the FA Cup. Well, there's no question what the result of the day is, but elsewhere, Burton, they did really well against West Ham, took it to extra time. It was goalless after 90 minutes. West Ham scored in extra time. They finished the game with 10 men, but they got the job done. So West Ham through to the next round, Mansfield through to the next round, as you've heard, and there'll be plenty of reaction from Turf Moor to come. Manchester City beating Salford by 2-0. Not quite the 8-0 they did in the 3rd round last season, but a victory nonetheless. Norwich through 3-1. They beat West Bromwich Albion, and they've gone into extra time between Southampton and Leicester. It's 1-1. They're 5 minutes into the first half of extra time at St Mary's. Couple of